Alright, so here we are in Substance Painter, and let's take a look at um, assigning our material IDs. So let's go to File, New, select, we're going to go to our desktop, and grab our low resolution barbershop sign. So let's hit B here, there we go, barbershop sign, and not my high but my low, and I'm going to leave it at 2048 and just hit OK. There it is. Let's go ahead and create let's go to let's reset our settings. Let's go to Reset UI, and under Bake Textures, let's select that, and then we're going to select our barbershop sign high, and under ID, we're going to click on this, and then where it says Vertex Color, we're going to do Polygroups Submesh ID, and this is going to grab those polygroups from ZBrush, and then I'm going to hit Bake Initial Group Textures. All right, and you can see here on our low, I'd have to focus on this. We have our barbershop sign with the wood textures. You can see here that we also have an interesting, our color map here, our material ID, is the two different polygroups. You can see the red that we had on the inside and the outside. What's interesting about this is, for example, say we want to push this sort of, we want to assign a specific texture. What's interesting about polygroups is we can go to, we can add a fill layer here. Let's see, go ahead and add a fill layer. And we want this to be more of a brown. Let's go ahead and do that. We only want it to be under certain things under a specific material ID. So let's go ahead and add a mask. We'll add a white mask. Alright, so what we want to do here is we want to go to Add Color Selection. Notice that it loaded in that ID mask for us. So if you go to Pick Color, I can select just that middle section here. And now I have that mask in there. I'd pick that color, and now this is the ID that I'm looking for. Now if I want that to be fully transparent, or if I want that gone, I can just make the output value 0, and you'll notice that it is masking, or it's adjusting the mask based on that area there. Alright, let's try this one more time. We'll do it with a smart material, right? So let's say we want the frame around it to be a kind of like a gold armor or something. So let's drag that in here. Now the whole thing is going to look off as gold armor. So let's go ahead and add another mask. This time we'll add a black mask. You can see it's completely, and then we'll go and do Add Color Selection. And let's pick a color. So maybe I just want this outside area. Now you can see that it made the entire outside area that gold material. So it's kind of a good idea. Now you can also do this from Maya by applying values, or you can hand paint this yourself. Say you take in the UVs from Maya and you just add a bunch of different colors. It doesn't necessarily mean, then we can come back in here and grab a wood. Let's see if we can find a nice wood texture here. Wood walnut. So something like this. Now we also want to make sure that we are, we're doing other cool stuff like we've done before, like adding a light map and things like that. All right. The last thing is always consider painting in your own wear. So here's our wood walnut. What I normally do on top of all of this is just kind of add a blank layer. Hit F1, or let's do F2 here, then Tab. And what I normally do is here, let's go in here. I never really talked about this either, but here's my base color, and then this will allow me to adjust the opacity. I also have it here for stroke opacity. And I just go in and I highlight these even more. Might have to do a restart because it's not really picking up the opacity of my brush. Let's bring that down. Oh, you know what? I don't think I have pen pressure on. Yeah, I didn't have pen pressure on. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. Then if I need an extra control, I can just go in here and adjust this. Kind of showing a little bit like the wood underneath. And we've already done where you can throw a secondary wood underneath this wood. Do the same thing where you add another mask and then For this one, we can add a white mask and then just paint in the wear that way too. I'm kind of getting a little bit of the wear, kind of showing through. What's really nice is in here, because that's sort of not visible, right? You can go into these different layers in here and adjust the height information. So, and we've talked about generators, so you can have that wood, you know, say you throw just sort of, we have a little bit of time, we've only been on this video for 5 minutes, but you know, we can select this layer, add a generator, and then we can go with a nice MG metal or something around those edges, invert it. Notice that it's taking into account my mask, so we can invert that. That's adding a really nice look, and at this point you should be kind of comfortable with getting into these and playing with the wear level and stuff. Something like this gives it a little bit extra sense of realism. Right? This gold armor is really not doing it any justice, but